All right, this video is assuming you already have your phone stand completed and you're interested in adding a logo that would cut out here using the laser cutter. So it would cut it out at the same time. We wouldn't come back later and do it, but that is a possibility if you decide later something you want done. If you take a look in my file section here, I already did one for an Apple logo. I made that one, I think, last year for my wife. She has since gotten a different one that's like a charging holder. So, it's now just sitting around. I might throw it out and just kind of not worry about it. However, if we look at this, the phone holder, I have this Apple logo here. And while I do have Apple stuff, I'm not fanboy. The Android could also work too, but it's not as good of a logo for laser cutting. The reason why is the Apple logo is very simple. It has two cutouts. With the Android logo, or whatever you want here, you have to be careful to have a logo or a line art that does not have any of what you would call islands. So what I'm talking about here, let me put up the Android logo with the little guy here. So you could cut out his body, like for instance right here, you cut out the body, you could cut out the arms, and you could cut out the head, but you would lose the ability to then put the eyes back in. So you wouldn't be able to, glue eyes back in. There's a reason these are called islands. There's a reason why, like, you see military stencils, for instance, lettering, that they look that way. That is because you have to have like a place where to connect back to your original shape. So you have these islands, and then the other part, when you paint over it, you don't just have like this little A in the middle here, for instance. If you look at it, you got to have that space there in between, because the cardboard or whatever, or the paint, or the tape or whatever you have around here, you cut out this part and you cut out this part, but this can't join, and this can't join. Otherwise, you actually cut out the middle as well. So that's the reason why stencils look that way. You don't have an island in there. So that being said, way too much you ever cared about stencils or islands and things like that. So let's get started. For this, we need a DXF file, but hardly anyone makes stencils or logos in DXF. In fact, if I just type in Apple logo, for instance, you can go to a lot of different places, or even Wikimedia, and you will see that the actual files, almost all of them are what are called SVGs, Scalable Vector Graphics. And that is what almost the entire world uses, but Onshape has decided that is not what we're going to use. We're going to use a DXF. So we'll have to convert it. It's up to you where you want to find stuff. One is called Free SVG or SVG Free, I forget. Yeah, Free SVG. You can go here. You can't do anything crazy, like you can't have this smiling, that's a weird Santa there, but you can't have anything crazy like that. You want something very basic in order to be able to cut it out and keep the idea of the shape. So like if I go here to dog, like I can't have anything like this dog head drawing, but I could do this because I have this dog shape here, and I would have the acrylic there and then the dog's head. This one might be kind of hard to understand what's going on. I think this one's pooping. Let's move past that. But you could have something like that, or this shape here, this Basset Hound or Dotson, wherever they are, that would work. So you could do that. A lot of people use the biohazard symbol. Let's see here, because it has like those three, not this one too much, but maybe it's the radiation symbol. Yeah, this kind of thing. They typically use something like this, but with just these connected. Like this one right here. This one works well for that kind of thing. It's up to you what you're going after. I'll put an Apple logo, but I will use a different one. So this one here is kind of backwards and has a bite out of it. So we will go ahead and click on it and then download this SVG. I'm going to put it here. And then I will need to convert it. So there is a service that does that, convert SVG to DXF. It's like cloud or cloud converter. I have not had to. They're not mining Bitcoin as far as I can tell on my computer. So it's up to you. If you want to do that or not. Doesn't no skin off my back if you're like, you know what, I'm not doing that today. So there we are, Apple Byte SVG. You might be able to find a DXF. I'm just going to go ahead and convert it. All right, it only takes a few seconds typically, and then I'll just go ahead and download it in the same spot. All right, and see. All right, so now let's head back to our part, and we will click on part 1. I'll actually just turn this one off. Go here, and we're going to insert a DXF file. So that is available, I believe, as a new sketch. So I'm going to click Sketch. I'm going to select this face here and then bring in my DXF. It says there are none, so I will need to add that one. I believe in other documents owned by me. I think I have one in here already. Oh, no. Where? Oh, import down here, sorry. So I'm going to import that DXF file. Upload completed. Click on it, and then we have it. Now you'll notice it's kind of weird. It doesn't come in as a single point. It's a whole bunch of points. These things are infinitely scalable, so it's actually like a math equation, not unlike, I don't know, Fourier transform or something like that, or a Taylor series, where you can scale this and you don't lose any resolution. So what I need to do here is I need to make this a little bit smaller. So I'm going to pull a rectangle over this whole thing, go up here to transform. Lost it. Where did it go here? Is this transform? I hate to hover over to figure out what things do. Where did my transform go? Dimension, DXF. Right here under linear pattern, transform. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, kind of shrink it down here by grabbing that rectangle. And then I'm also going to move it up, make it a little bit smaller, and kind of try to figure out roughly center, and click away. And there we have it. Now you'll notice a couple of points here. I don't know where they came from, but I'm just going to delete them and hope it all turns out well. Now it looks like it could be a little bit more to the left here. So I will grab that and then transform again and pull this over. And yeah, not too bad there. All right, finish the sketch. And then lastly, I'm going to just extrude that entire shape. And this entire shape, click remove and take it out of there. And that's it. So now I need this as my DXF file instead of the old one. So I'll right click here, export as a DXF. Again, call it like lum back, I believe I did with the other one. Export, and then just save it here. I won't delete the other one. And that'll do it. So you would send me that one instead, or send it later if you wanted to. And then when it cuts out, it'll cut out that whole thing. Let me bring that back. All right. Any questions or whatever, stop in and see me at Evans 127. If not, I will see you in class.